Storytelling is exceptionally important in branding because people can connect to it. And when everything looks the exact same, people race to the bottom with their prices because there's no difference in the product itself. If the shoe fits, then kick it off. Change your brand. So in order to change the game, I can't think like a roofing company. I have to think like a consumer. People want to work with humans. They don't want to work with robots, and they don't want to work with brands that don't care about them. It's not about the roof, it's about the human. Good morning, everyone. Everybody hear me? My name is Ben Morrow. I'm the founder of Roof Tiger. My speech today is entitled How to Create a Sticky Brand. Before I begin, everybody just got back from the breakouts. I want to calibrate the crowd. Can I get absolute silence in here, please? Now, on the count of 3, I'm going to clap my hands just one time, and I want you to go, whoo! Are you with me? 1, 2, 3. No. Got to clap first. On the count of 3, we're going to clap and then woo. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Okay. Now, every time my slide breaks, we're going to do a calibration. Are you with me? We'll try it again. On 1, 2, 3. Woo!
We're going to come back to Ben Morrow or Ben Tiger in just a minute, but first I wanted to give you a little context about where it's taking place. We invited Ben to our Roofing Process Conference in December to share with you how he built a sticky brand. I was so impressed with his operation in Illinois that I decided, hey, this guy is a main stage speaker, and man, he impressed so many people that day. You will see in a second why. But first, I want to invite you to this magical place, one of the best conferences in the roofing industry, where 1,500 people get together to share their knowledge, to become friends, to lift each other up, and to plan ahead accordingly for the next year. In 5 years of Roofing Process Conference, we have never had one speaker on the stage who had product to sell you. Sales absolutely forbidden. So many other conferences are promising you not to have sales fast and not to pitch you, but every single one of them fails. And people send us these funny clips how conference advertises as no sales pitch conference, and yet every single year it's exactly what they do. Listen, Roofing Process Conference is one of a kind. We're gonna do it again December 12th, 13th, of 2023, and I invite you to attend if you've never attended before. I'm gonna put 24 business owners on the stage, people who've made it in the business, and they're gonna share with you how they're getting business. The theme of the conference this year is Make Your Phone Ring Again. We're gonna teach you exactly where the jobs are, where consumers are. You will be able to understand consumer behavior, and you're not gonna learn it from marketers. You will learn it from business owners who've done it, who grew their businesses anywhere from 3 million to all the way to 100 million operation. And it doesn't matter where you are on that journey. By the end of the conference, you will have anywhere from 20 to 50 ideas that you can come home and implement in your business. This year, tickets are cheaper than ever. Our main ticket is just $299. For that price, we're gonna feed you both days with amazing breakfast, amazing lunch. We're gonna have an award ceremony after day 1, and I promise you, you will not regret attending Roofing Process Conference. After this year, we're gonna take a big break and we're gonna skip a year. So this is your last opportunity in the next few years to attend and experience a Roofing Process Conference. See you guys in December. Now, let's get back to Ben.
I need 4 volunteers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this ball to somebody. That person's job is to throw it to another person. I need 4 people that do not know each other. Grab somebody else. Now go ahead and come up to the stage. Go ahead and come up to the stage. We'll work on the calibration. If you catch the red ball, come up to the stage. You cannot know the next person you throw it to. Come on up. Red ball, come on up. You, gray hat, come on up here. Come on up. I need 4 people. Perfect. Yes, these 4. Coming up and stand here, please. I've got a limited amount of time. Thank you, guys. Welcome. I want you guys to please introduce yourself to the crowd.
Name's Andrew Frazee. Andrew Frazee.
Justin Pierce. Martin Pettigrew.
Pancho Serrano.
Nice to meet you guys. We're going to play a little game. Before we play the game, I want to tell you guys a little story. 2 years ago, I met a woman. She had red hair. She always wore a black dress. Her name was Janice. Janice called me 2 years ago with a roof leak. I pull up in a Tiger truck to her house. And Janice says, Ben, I have a roof leak in my house. So she walks me in a very long hallway, takes me to the kitchen. Her husband is sitting at the table. I can obviously see the leaks through the drywall. And I sat down with him. I talked about the roof and everything, but I couldn't help but notice there was a large silver platter in the middle of the table, very large. And so I talked about the roof. I talked about the leaks. I talked about our solution, the ferocious roofing. Everything was perfect. We agreed on a price. It was a 30-minute conversation, and I said, Janice, I can't help but notice this large silver platter on your table. She said, Ben, do you want to know what's underneath it? She reaches over, picks up the lid, and it's a dolphin. We did her roof 3 weeks later. I've got a couple questions for these guys, but before I ask them, we're going to calibrate the crowd. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Give me this. Thank you. Yep. The first question, anybody can answer. These are buzzers. This is going to be the person, somebody's going to win a Tiger t-shirt at the end of the table when they win. The first question, guys, to answer, what is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3? $81, yes, very good. The second question, I threw a ball around the room this morning. What color was the ball? Red. Very good. I went to Janice's house, and there was an animal underneath the silver platter. What was the animal? Very good. You 3 come over here. Martin, you won the competition. Very good. Martin, this question is worth a Tiger t-shirt. Do not take this lightly. The last question is, what are the name of these 3 people?
Justin, Francisco, and Andrew. I'm missing the first one.
Justin, Francisco. He got it. Well done. Well done, sir. You guys can sit down. Take t-shirts at the end of the table. Very good. Put the stuff down. Now, Martin ruined my objective there. Most people would have not gotten those names correctly. We remember only 15% of what we're told, 15%. So most people, including myself, would have completely forgotten what those people's names are. Our brain, when somebody tells a story, on both sides. So when I'm describing Janice and I'm describing her house, you are locked in because you're trying to formulate in your own head what it looks like. Storytelling is exceptionally important in branding because people can connect to it. That's why Martin immediately knew what color the ball is without me saying it. A lot of you saw the red ball before I walked up on stage. I'm focusing your attention on a thing. The dolphin underneath the platter is not a real story, it's fictional, but you understand that that was something that I paused with. you saw a dolphin underneath a platter. Matter of fact, some of you will walk home after this conference and will see a dolphin and will think of Janice. I promise you. Some of you will also see a tiger sometime in the future and say, I remember that tiger guy. It'll subconsciously pop up. Dimitri came to me 3 months ago in Vegas and he said, I kids a cat. And every time I see this cat, I think of you. I call people big cats in text message all the time. Hey, big cat. I'm going to calibrate the crowd on 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! White trucks are a disease. White trucks are a disease. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to take a little bit of a risk. I'm a risk taker. That's the definition of an entrepreneur. When I first entered the industry, I saw a major problem, and it's that everybody looked the exact same. And when everything looks the exact same, people race to the bottom with their prices because there's no difference in the product itself. Make no mistake, the product that we're selling is not roofing, it's an experience. Whenever Dimitri posted one of your logos on his Facebook page, I had my assistant take a screenshot of the logo, we chopped out the words, and we pasted it to a PowerPoint. Here are the results of that test. Imagine you're a consumer Googling roofing companies near me, and this is your search. I'm going to calibrate the crowd. On 1, 2, 3. Woo! Now hear me out, guys. Some of these pictures, I did not mean to offend you if you're offended. Some of you guys are doing tens of millions of dollars in roofing and can teach me 100 things, I have no doubt. Some of these companies are struggling to produce leads and sales and be understood by their local market. Would you agree? If that is your problem, if the shoe fits, then kick it off. Change your brand. Do not be afraid to be something different than what the industry says is real. If you go to Google and type in roofing companies, this is what you get. Does anybody know the percentage of trust that consumers have in contractors? 20%. There was a study done 10 years ago about distrust and trust in the marketplace. 80% of people do not trust us. So if you try to fit in with everybody else, guess what happens? Instant distrust. Does this make sense? 2.5 years ago, I came up with a different idea. This is my main competitor. Ryan, can you stand up for me? Everybody give these guys a round of applause. I am from a city called Peoria, Illinois. It's 250,000 people. There's not a ton. I'm not in a major metro. This is 12 vehicles and 60 employees going after every roof that I can find. It's my main competition. They're what they do. They know roofing inside and out, and they have a very strong brand presence in my city. So in order to change the game, I can't think like a roofing company. I have to think like a consumer. What will the consumer see when I drive around? And this is the answer. Tiger stripes. Who saw a tiger stripe t-shirt yesterday in this venue? Raise your hand, please, very high. Raise your hand high. High, high, high. My dad and I wore 2 of these t-shirts, only 2 of them. I wanted to demonstrate to you guys that people remember this. Do not think like a roofer. A consumer. This is one of my vehicles. I wrap everything super aggressively, and I try to communicate only one idea. One idea. You have 6 seconds to make an impact. One idea. The idea I'm trying to communicate is not shingles, is not GAF, is not anything. It is tiger. The reason I can compete and win against a larger competitor is not because I have 12 vehicles. My vehicles are so specific and so different, people see us everywhere. Everywhere. And by the way, I'm so committed, this is my daily driver. I do not have a personal vehicle, I drive this everywhere. So when I walk into the grocery store in my local community, when I walk to the library, this is what they see. I started the solar division a year and a half ago. We use the exact same concept. It is called Solar Panther. The second component that I want to encourage you guys with is social media. I want to get attention to my brand. So what I did was I renamed myself Benjamin Tiger, and I posted content that would fire people up. Are there any Dallas Cowboys fans in here? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I love the Dallas Cowboys. It sucks to be a fan of them all the time, but I love them. When I post pictures like this, people will comment, "Boo, Cowboys suck." Good. I want your input. I want your comment. I want your like. I want you to tell me that this sucks. More engagement equals more people looking at my brand. More attention on the brand equals more trust in the brand. More trust in the brand, more sales in the brand. More sales in the brand, snowball effect continues. Does this make sense? Come on, man. This is a social media video I did. I was dancing up and down stairs. I wanted to make sure people would watch the video. Oftentimes we're posting things like shingles and hammers and nails. Nobody cares. Literally nobody cares. If I post a picture of a roof, I'll get 6 likes. If I post a video of me dancing, 1,000 views almost instantly. I encourage you to step outside the box and be different. It will change your company. A consumer went into a Walmart a few months ago and took this picture and emailed it to me. And they said, "Ben, I didn't know this person." Or they messaged me on Facebook. "Ben, I don't know you, but I saw this and I thought of you." Red ball effect. Dolphin effect. Implant a different idea and they think of you for that idea. Solar Panther. This is the second iteration. I'm tying the two brands together because we can do roofing and solar for the same roof. Same exact marketing concept. I'm going to calibrate the crowd. Are you ready? On 1, 2, 3. Woo! So just to recap just for a second, wrap your trucks loudly. It is your biggest asset that you own. Do social media videos. It will catch on. If you're not the most exciting person, if that's what you'd say about yourself, interview somebody else. Do something you're passionate about. Film something, but you cannot ignore social media any longer in 2023. The 25% of phone calls to a company are missed, 25%. So I don't care how much you spend on SEO, on digital, on getting your brand out there. If you don't answer the phone, you will lose. The very first thing we did as a company is I hired a 24/7 dispatch service. If a phone call goes missed at 10:30 p.m., somebody else picks it up and they answer it and get a message. Why is that important? Nobody else does that, so I will attract the most clients because they'll say, "I called 6 people and you were the first one that picked up." You can't believe how much attention I get from that one comment. Very cheap, by the way, a couple $100 a month. Dispatch service. 24/7 answering. I'm telling you guys, if you do not have this in your business, first thing you need to do is get it. You'll be shocked at how many people will call you at 11 p.m. Shocked. The third thing is, this is my VP of sales, my best friend. Adam Cole. He's an excellent salesman. The reason I post content like this is because it makes him human. People want to work with humans. They don't want to work with robots, and they don't want to work with brands that don't care about them. It's not about the roof, it's about the human. I post content like this because it's funny, it's engaging, people will comment on it, and when Adam shows up in cargo shorts, they laugh. I saw the post. I'm going to calibrate the crowd on 3. 1, 2, 3. To recap, brand loudly. Use social media to your advantage through video. 24/7 answering, and sell like a tiger. The third thing that I focused on, when I first started the company 2.5 years ago, River City had 47 5-star Google reviews, 47. My mission in the next 6 months was to get 50. Again, I cannot compete with them with truck volume, with commercial roofing, with their staff, with their size. I cannot compete, but guess what I can compete on? The internet landscape. We live in a new age. We now have far more reviews than River City because my focus every single day was that every consumer we worked with, I got a Google review. Every single time. I go to their house, I say, hey, it would make a massive difference. I'm gonna send you a link right now. Could you fill it out? Review. I compete in their landscape, so I'm gonna compete in my own. Google is your spot. When people Google roofing companies near me in Peoria, Illinois, this is what they see. 156 reviews at 4.9 stars. The one-star review was a guy that we never worked with. I didn't have a chance to change it. It's one of those things. But it's branded properly with the Roof Tiger truck. We have videos, we have pictures, all of the things. So if you think about a consumer seeing a truck and going to Google to see who we are, this is what they see. Instantly, trust. These guys are good. These guys won't rip me off. 80% of people do not trust you. How do you build trust? Google. Are you with me? I'm gonna calibrate the crowd on 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo. The last thing I wanna do is bring my dad on stage. Come on up, Dad. 2.5 years ago, guys, I had been through a pretty life-changing experience, and I was living in my parents' basement. I had no food, I had no job, heads were falling off. I was at the lowest point of my life, and I was alone one day, and I was praying, and I said, God, give me an avenue. Give me an avenue to run really fast, and I'll go for it with all that I am. And so I came to my dad. My dad was like retired at the time, and I said, Dad, we need some money, and we're gonna go 120% towards something I came up with called Roof Tiger. He said, what is that? I described the idea, the process, the concept, and he invested a sum of money into the company. From that time till now, we've done over $8 million in sales in 2.5 years. This company is not about making money, it is about a legacy. He and I are building something bigger than what we are, that hopefully we can pass to my children. And I want to leave an imprint on this community. There's a lot of people that need a second chance in this room. You might have drug addiction, you might have alcohol addiction, you might have family issues. I want to tell you, find your avenue in your brand and run as fast as you can. Dream big, dream great. It is possible. My name is Ben Morrow, and I'm the Roof Tiger.
Hey guys, I'm here at Roofing Process Conference in Orlando. This is actually my 3rd time here, and I have to say it's my favorite event. People are really cool here. There's not a lot of chest beating, but it's always an awesome event. There's such great speakers here. The breakouts have been amazing. Really good food. Did you try the tiramisu? Seriously, did you try it? It's so good. But it's just been an awesome time. The booths are great. The vibe is awesome. So if you're going to pick one industry event to go to, this is always my #1 pick.
It's so important that like-minded, growth-minded contractors come together and learn from each other. Dimitri's put on an amazing event with awesome speakers, amazing vendors, and a lot of value. If you're not here, you should definitely come next year, and you won't be disappointed.
I love it here. Great event, Dimitri. Thank you very much.